Hello everybody, this is FDV Vladerag here to bring you a very new series called, I don't even know what to call it yet. You know what, we're going to call it Mapmaking with Vladerag. And it's about making a map on StarCraft 2. Either way, this is a completely blank map, nothing new about it, and we're going to actually start. Now, this will be the third map I have made in my StarCraft 2 career. I think the game probably listed as 4, but one of them's a revision of an older one that I made, so not really important. Either way, I just decided to, heck, why not record it, share a version as my third map I hope will be my most impressive yet, or at least my most mechanically interesting, because you see, when I make a map, I do it for things that I just think would be fun, you know, different kinds of terrain, different kinds of placements, basically just crazy ideas I've had. I mean, if you want an example of what that looks like, just search for FDV, and it'll pop up with the current maps I have out, FDV's Cliffs of Forever, and FDV Zil Wasteland. Yeah, no, sorry, Zil Stronghold. What am I talking about? Jeez. Wasteland, of course, is the name of the terrain on the map. But with Zil Stronghold, it's actually my newest map, and one I'm very, very proud of. But yeah, just take a look at it. It's pretty interesting. But Cliffs of Forever, now that map is crazy. Take a look at it sometime. As for now, we're going to be making a new map, starting off with a new melee map. We're going to choose our part of the swarm dependency, and we will be starting this. Oh, let's go with... what does everybody think? I'm thinking... I know what I want to do. I'm going to call this one... I don't know what to call this one. But I'm thinking I want to go with Monolith. Monolith Sand? Monolith Cracked. Let's make this our default for the day. Is Monolith Cracked. We'll take a look at what this looks like. What kind of terrain do I get? Now you see, I'm going to be calling this map Sinkhole. That'll probably be the name of my map today. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to do something new entirely. You know, I'm just going to create a whole new map. There is another way to do it, but we're just going to do it this way today. It's going to be called Sinkhole, and it's going to have some very fascinating, you know what? You'll see when I get there. You'll see when I get there. As I talk about, basically, this is sort of how I'm choosing what I want it to look like. We can... You know what? Let's go with Agria. I want sort of let's go with a greener, nicer looking one, and we're gonna go with... Oop, what am I doing here? I'm hitting the wrong button. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Oh no, we're gonna go with the 248 by 248, I think. I'm gonna go with a large map. We'll just make it that way for the fun of it. And there we go, green grass. And a nice large map. Although, now I'm going to modify the bounds so that it goes right to the edge. Because, well, hey, it bothers me when it doesn't. Actually, hold on. Restore to default. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Is there 2 blue lines, or am I mistaken? I think I'm crazy. You know what? Let's just restore that to its default. We're going to just ignore that for the moment. Restore to default. Okay. Everything is just fine, folks. Why can I modify that? That's odd, because you see that won't even be played in-game. Everything within this yellow line is the only things that will be visible, so I'm just a little curious as why I have all this extra space on the other side. Normally I don't, which is sort of funny. Either way, we're just going to continue on and ignore it for the moment. We'll see if it comes into play. You know what? Actually, never mind. We are not going to ignore it. I'm sorry. This is a little bit crazier of a matchup than I anticipated. They're just going to see if we can. We're going to put all these bounds at their maximum because I like it. There we go. Now everything is at the edge. That way everything's just a little easier for me to make. And now the reason this map is called Sinkhole is because it's going to be with a sinkhole. We're going to have a very large circle in the center of nothingness, sort of the opposite of most maps where it's mostly open terrain. This one is not going to be. We're going to have a huge amount of basically just all the battles on the ground are going to happen around the edges. Actually, I think I'm going to start by making the bases. Always a nice way to start is by making our bases. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut and copy and paste them to allow us to create a symmetrical map, which most people do like, that being a symmetrical map. I honestly don't. I really wanted to create an asymmetrical map for some time now. It's just that how do you balance an asymmetrical map? How do you make sure that everybody, that you have an equal opportunity for success on both sides of the map? And it becomes, frankly, quite difficult to do and frankly quite difficult to consider. The way we're going to make this, let's just make it fairly standard for now. Nice. Easy to defend main base, little harder to defend natural, but nothing too seriously difficult. You see, the interesting features are going to happen pretty soon here regarding the natural. I'm going to create a little bit of an area here. This will be where the natural is going to be. It's going to be pretty well defended from aerial attacks, as it's going to be backed up against the bounds of the map, meaning that there isn't really a place to hide mutalisks or drops. That's not something I always include in all my maps. Cliffs of Forever, for example, in the main base is so open to drops that people really complained about it, actually. I thought it was fine just because I like the more aggressiveness of that map. But hey, everybody's a critic. Either way, this map here is going to have some fairly interesting features when it comes to our mineral placements. Or rather, how those mineral placements work. Since this is going to be backed up to the edge of the map, there isn't going to be too much trouble defending it from aerial attacks, but I'm not a very nice person. Now seriously, I am not. What we're going to do here is add a ramp there, and we're going to add a ramp here, and a ramp there. So our natural is going to be here, our main base here. Probably going to put some rocks there because I don't want that to be where our base opens up. And then the natural's ramp is going to not be like that. Well, you know what? We're going to place it here, like so. Alright. Going to have rocks there, and like that. And then there's that ramp there. Now this ramp is going to come into... actually, do I want that? Do I want the ramp like that? You know what I think I do? I think we're going to add... Maybe... You know what? We're going to remove a couple of ramps. Quickly, I'm going to remove that ramp. Re-add that ramp. And then we're going to make the ramps... Going to make two ramps in. One is going to be here. And the other will be back right over here. And we're going to be putting rocks on this one. And now this, this is where I'm evil. We're going to have it so that the minerals are placed with a rock tower that can fall on them. Now when a collapsible rock tower goes on a mineral field or a gas geyser, it destroys them permanently. Well, not permanently, obviously. If you reload the map, everything will be fixed, but, you know, it's broken for that game, and you can't get it back. Now, that is just sort of a cruel idea, one that I thoroughly am going to enjoy. Either way, I perhaps made this map a bit large as I'm examining things. The rush distance, there's not even going to be a rush distance. You will not be able to do any sort of rushes on this map because it will have a completely open center. But I'm thinking that we're going to make this a multiple spawn map with 4 spawns instead of my usual 2. That will be something new for me. Either way, let's see here. I do need to add some more things in, so we're going to begin doing that. I'm going to raise some cliffs along this area. I don't really, actually, you know what, undo that, because we don't want to expand that base anymore. What we're going to do now is create sort of, you know, we're going to create some more interesting, places. In the end, all of this is going to be copied and pasted. That's why I'm sort of taking my time thinking about where everything is going, because this is going to be repeated everywhere on the map, and we have to take that into account and be just creating some interesting features here. There we go. You know what, I am going to end up connecting these two. We're going to add a little bit of a ramp. Oh, that's not a good ramp. Apparently the ramp does not like me. We'll figure this one out. We will, I promise. Listen, I swear, we're going to do it. We will figure it out. There we go. Going to add that ramp there, and that ramp there, and that ramp there. Alright. I like all those little ramps. It's going to look out basically over the spot where you would normally be defending your base with cannons or whatever. You know, if you did a Forge Fast Expand, for example. Meaning that holding this spot gives you a little bit of an advantage over the defenders if, of course, you can grasp it. If you can grab it, I should say, not grasp. Sheesh. Gonna make it that like that so that you are indeed able to jump up there with Reapers or what have you. Even Colossus could run up that cliff. Sort of an interesting idea. Anyway, going to just sort of be adding everything on like that, and we're going to have to be considering what kind of third base you want, whether it's going to be safe, whether it's going to be dangerous. I'm thinking dangerous. I want sort of a, let's make this an interesting third base, and let's get some man-made cliffs going here. I'm going to have it on this side, on the right side here. I'm thinking a fourth base is going to be sort of in the middle of the two. Now do I like those cliffs? I'm sort of an ancient guy. I like, you know, I don't. I can't stand the man-made ones there. Boom, gone. Okay, so our third base, definitely gonna be on that side over, no, you know what? Oh, I have an idea. We're going to make the third base on an island. On an island inside the sinkhole. Huh. Okay, for a second I thought dust on my screen was stars, but it is not. That is just dust on my screen. It's the odd light in my room. I can't even describe how the lighting in my room works. Except to say that it oftentimes does not. Anyway, we're going to be making the third base out something like this. Carving it right out. Sort of it's like negative. It's a work in negative space because instead of adding to this, I am removing to create the base. Listen, I'm talking modern art. Don't listen to me right now. I actually really hate modern art. Shh, don't tell any of my art friends. So yeah, we're gonna have that for the third, I think. I sort of like that. Indeed. Gonna be adding actually the cliff up a bit there, just to make that a little more perilous, perhaps. I do like a perilous third base. I feel that they really should be like that if you want to have a fun game, that your third base needs to be trouble. I think that is just sort of the truth of the matter, and that is how it should be. And so we're just going to keep on going under that assumption. Does not want to do that, so we're just going to go... There we go. That's how I wanted it. We're going to just do that. And that. And that. And we almost forgot to add the cliffs over here. That's not quite how I want it, so we're just going to go same level cliff and mess up entirely. I'm going to extend this away. Going to be adding a ramp and adding a ramp. There we go. And now we have our third base. Alright, with its 3 entry locations, that's something I do like quite a bit. I'm going to be making this spot here maybe just a little more interesting. Oops, that's remove ramp. No wonder it's not working. Haha. Just be making this spot just a tad more fascinating to play on. There we go. And there we go. Alright. Just making it a little harder to attack or even honestly defend this location. I mean, we already have the things that you can exploit here and whatnot. And let's see, how should we... You know what? Let's actually go now, and we're going to take a look at the view entire map. Oh gosh, it's really hard to see everything in this one, isn't it? Okay, I'm sort of using the minimap as my guide here because I am having a little bit of difficulty checking everything out. Especially, I just need to... I'm going to use the terrain paint thing right now, I believe. The texture, I'm going to use Agria Dirt Rough to try and create like a little line where I'm going to make my cuts. I'll, of course, really change this all later. As we do, now we're going to go back into that entire map view. I can now see where my cut is going to be made. We're going to use the selection tool, and we are going to select... I think I've got it all right there. Then we're going to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And there we go. Now if we head down here, what we should see is this it's of course a bit reversed, obviously. We will need to rotate this entire area for this all to work nicely. Once I do that, of course, it will look like the mirror of this. It needs to do a little bit more than rotate. To be honest, we're going to go into, oop, did I unselect selection? I did. Silly me, tricks are for kids. Either way, we are going to reselect all of that. Did miss a little bit. There we go. Then we're going to go to edit. I think actually I just need to flip it vertically. And then edit. Modify properties. I guess I can't. I guess it does not want me to. So we're going to try and see where our blue line and our yellow line are on this. And, okay, now that yellow line marks the edge of the map. So what happened here is that I actually misplaced this little bit here slightly. Now I have sort of two options I can do to correct this. I can either opt to extend it, and that's actually what I will be doing, because it's a little bit easier than moving the entire thing again. This is just a tad bit sloppy of me, but then again, I'm not doing this for Team Liquid, so I can sort of just be a little sloppier with how I make my maps, I feel. Either way, the difference should not be noticed if when we do the testing, which is done in-house by FDV, if we notice any problems, I will of course go back and edit the map, because my maps do need to be perfect. Everything needs to be just right. All right. Whoop, what did I do? Anyway, so at this point, I'm going to fill in the spaces between these two, and then I'm going to mirror it, basically copy paste onto the other side. That'll probably cause a little bit of merging with these two cliffs, and frankly, you know what, I'm okay with that. I think that isn't too bad of a map choice, or a map option, or what have you. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do my flip now, just to make my life all that much easier. We will be doing, or rather the mirror now, I don't even know how to say it. Basically, what I am doing copy options. Let's see if I can, yes, okay, so now we're going to hit paste. And I think there we go. Then we're going to go to edit. We're actually going to just select. Actually, you know what? We're going to undo this first here. This is going to be slightly difficult to do. I wonder if there is a way. I wonder if there's a way to cause it to paste mirrored. So that would be extremely useful to me. Oh, of course I am not responding. Oh, noes. Oh gosh. I do not know if anyone can hear me. We're just gonna give it a second. We're gonna see what happens. Fraps, are you still running? Is everything still running? Is anything still running? I do not know. We're gonna try and hit that button. Okay. I do not know if that was lost. We're gonna try something quick. Don't know if you guys can see any of this. We're just gonna take a peek into my video library. And oh no, it looks like that when you get to this part, you actually are going to... Did you even hear that? Because I was telling you how to peek my video library and I realized that Fraps, the thing that does my frame rate, wasn't changing when I did that, so maybe it froze. Interesting. Either way, what basically has happened here... What basically has happened is that when I tried to paste and then I undid it, it caused it to not respond, and so Fraps stopped recording because it didn't catch anything responding. Meaning that when I play this back, there will be a slight skip in the video where things just go crazy. But don't worry about it too much. We are all back. Everybody is safe and sound. And yeah, in a world where I make maps, I talk epically for no apparent reason. So anyway, I just wanted to do that quick. Yeah, now the problem is I'm trying to figure out how to copy this because this is slightly larger than half the map. Now, of course, I don't actually have to do that. I can just make this map basically like this. Sort of like Clontis Mire, which actually wouldn't be too bad of an idea. But no, I'm actually going to make this a 4-player map for the moment. We're going to just get back into that view. We're going to zoom back out. And we're going to try and do this copy one more time. Alright, we're going to do this one more time. Here we go, folks. This time we're going to try it with a smaller portion so that when it doesn't work, which it might or might not, but if it does not work, what we're going to be able to do is undo it without ruining the selection. Actually, whew, I had an idea. If I rotate 90 degrees like that, no, that did not work. That did not work at all. Gonna have to undo that. We are going to not be responding again. Oh no. Okay, folks, so whenever I make a large-scale change and then undo it, it looks like the video and Fraps stop to respond, meaning that every time I do it, I will have to merge these videos together to create the full one, even though I'm all doing them all at the same time. You know what? That is fine. I can do that. It is for all of you. We can do that. It'll all be alright. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is I'm going to paste this up here. Then I'm going to rotate it, then I'm going to copy it, then I'm going to then I'm going to cut it, rather, then I'm going to place it. Okay, we have an action plan. Let's do this. I need to disable that grid, definitely. This is just killing me. Show background. Oh, that is much better. Oh my gosh, when dealing with terrain. Doesn't everyone agree that that is so much better? Oh god, okay. That is just, oh, I love that. Okay, there we go. Whew. Oh my god, that was just killer for a while there. Anyway, we are going to be rotating this. Then we are going to rotate 180 degrees. I suppose I could have just told it to flip, right? And then we're going to cut. I guess it can't cut. We're going to attempt to cut. And then we're going to paste. Or did I do this wrong? I did. And I don't want to undo it. Okay. We're going to flip it another 180 degrees because 180 is 360, which should put us right back to where we were. I'm going to do edit. Rotate 180 degrees. Alright. Okay. Now that everything is back to normal on this, what did I do wrong? I think actually it needs to be flipped. Or did I just mess everything up horribly? Oh god. No, I didn't. I just nearly did. Oh god. Oh god, forgive me. Anyway, we're going to try and do this one last time with it needs to be flipped horizontally. We're going to go and flip. Oh. And boom, there we have it. Now I want to cut. I wish I could cut. Oh, it's just terrible that I can't. We're going to try and do it. Edit. No cut, so we'll just have to use copy paste. Now, if this works, we should be fine. Okay, let's examine the damages, folks. Alright. So, what looks like what happened, there will have to be modifications done to this. Gonna have to go like that. Well, should be fine enough. We're just gonna raise a cliff here and we're going to add a ramp like so. Oh god, that ramp does not like me. I guess we'll just have to raise the cliff very slightly over here. Then there we go. Okay. And there you have that section. Now we just need to go to Tools and Selection Mode. Try and clear off this other section here finally, where we did our mad experiments. I'm going to just go to Edit, I can't even clear that. That is B. I'm not. Shh. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so apparently I was wrong, and I cannot just clear it. Because that would be too easy, wouldn't it? So what we're going to do is we're going to use this like a giant erase marker. Like we're doing a erase in paint. And just whoosh. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm using the same level cliff technique or tool to level out all the terrain back to ground level. Whereupon I shall continue my mad edit of the world. You know, as I continue to play God with StarCraft 2 maps. Because everybody knows how Vladerag loves to play God. Either way, we are continuing on. This map, of course, as I said before, features a giant sinkhole in the middle. I am undecided about whether or not to have anything really featured in that sinkhole, whether to have like a little path going across, or what have you. We will be deciding that as things come along. We are just going to go back to the gameplay camera there for a second, just to make my life all that much easier. We'll probably have to examine all of these places and see what has to be repaired and what is okay. Now what I think would be the easiest way to do this. What I think would be the easiest way to do this would be to flat out copy paste this over that. Yep, let's do it. You know what? We have an undo feature for a reason, so that we can do things like this. Although I will say that if I do mess this up, oh god, my game is just going to hate me. We can do that, and then we can do copy and paste. We're just gonna paste it over that. Then we're going to select that entire section. We're going to do flip horizontally, vertically. And there you have it. The map is complete. Well, I should say the spawning locations are complete. That's what I mean. Why do we have random ramps in the center here? Did I just screw everything up? What? No. That's fine, that's fine. Where did these ramps come from? Just random why is there a ramp there? Oh. Huh. Is that ramp over here too? No. Huh. Oh well. We'll just remove, remove, and remove. And we'll just do same level, wipe all the stains away. It's like it never even happened. And we'll examine everything to make sure everything is just perfectly dandy. Gonna get everything just the way it should be. Whoops. Whew. pretty soon here we'll be able to start adding things, especially the way the terrain looks, especially, all the different doodads and the coloration will be added on very shortly. But I am going to start adding in my sinkhole now because I want to, and this is my map. You ain't the boss of me. Respect my authority. And we're going to make it just a tad asymmetrical. I don't think this will unbalance anything that I'm not mirroring everything. I think it should be fine. We're going to do it that way because it just seems more fun and more natural to play on. And I have, of course, decided not to have any golds in the center or anything like that. I might stick a watchtower in, though. Don't know how that'll fit in yet. We will find out. What is all of this stuff here for? Don't know, but it's getting erased. I might have to widen some of these bases, but that's okay because it's just empty space, no harm done if I do have to widen it. And we're just going to keep widening this sinkhole. Widen it up. La 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 do 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 do. Once again, this is all pretty organic in the sense that I'm just being a little random with my placements. But you know what? That's okay. And you know why it's okay? It's because I say it's okay. And who are you to argue with me? You know what? I resent you questioning my authority. I will not be stopped. Not by you and not by anyone. I will rule this sector or see it burnt around me. Okay, yeah, I'm Oop. Okay, we're going to go back to current terrain. For some odd... Oh, there we go. Now I can zoom in. I was just about to say, what happened to my zoom? And I just realized that's a ramp, isn't it? Just gonna remove that. Now we're going to start adding on our different brushes. We're going to say, oh, you know what, let's go with some foliage and yeah, let's just start making everything so pretty. Actually, you know what, let's go with some Agria concrete. Forget the prettiness. Yeah, there we go. That's more like a base. Get some dirt around, trying to give it a more organic feel. Less like I just sort of threw that in. We'll get some nice dirt. Some good dirt. I'm just going to put that there where the mineral patches are going to be. Maybe some where the rocks are going to be. You know, maybe that actually deserves some yellow grass. Just perhaps. Get some foliage going all up in here. Now, traditionally, the painting actually takes quite a while for me to do. Just because it's I'm sort of doing it. It's that kind of a process. While I'm doing this, I'll be adding things like water, doodads, finishing up some things on the cliffs. Like this is. Is this actually should this be the third base? I don't know. We will have to find out when everything goes to testing. Which won't actually be too long from now, to be honest. It will not. We are going to continue to add various things. Going to add... Oops, did not want to do that. Quite yet. But we will be adding water very shortly. Actually, you know what? We'll just start adding this in. Just going to get everything nice and squared away. That is a joke, son. Now, if you're wondering why this is all floating above and why I'm sort of doing it, you'll see in a second. That's a good way. It's about the only way to put it. What's going to happen then is I'm going to do this. And let's make it some really high water. There we go. Oh, maybe that's a little too high. No, you know what? That's fine. That is where I want that water to be. But I might want to remove that square. Is there anything else causing problems? Does not look like it. So there's our water for that area. Those ramps probably should be fixed in game. We will find out. I will, of course, examine everything to make sure it all works out in the testing. But now that's where some water is going to be. It's just going to be a lake. It's going to be very pretty. Going back to our gameplay view. Now let's see here as we begin to look at some of the other features of this map. Alright. Just going to add, actually, you know what? We're going to stop here for today. We will return to this map on another day, and we will finish it up. This has been FDV Vladerag here for part 1. Unfortunately, you know what? I'm sort of hungry. You know what? I'm going to go out for Mexican food. I will talk to all of you later, and we're going to finish up FDV Agria Sinkhole together. See